Brothers and sisters, I am delighted to have the privilege to be back with 30 good minutes. I was here some years ago, but since that time I've retired. So retired people often think about things that happened in the past. Well, in 1956, when I accepted my call to ministry, I was excited that I had finally made the decision, but there was one disappointment. I had planned to complete my work at Howard University in a pre-med course and then go on to med school. By accepting the call to ministry, I had to give up the idea of being JamesForbes, MD. Now, this disappointment must have been strong because I felt that night when I said yes, that I heard the Spirit say, Jim, don't be so disappointed that you're not going to be an MD. You're going to be a healer, but it's going to be of a different kind. Today, I want to talk to you about that different kind of healing. Not just to reminisce over the days gone by, but to suggest, no, stronger than suggest, to make the case that both you and I are healers of a different kind. I'm not going to hold you in suspense about what I mean. Let's get right to it. I have here with me the symbol of what I want to talk to you about today. It is a leaf. You and I are leaves of healing from the tree of life. And I want to make this case so strongly that even right now, you will begin to be aware that whether you see it or not, healing powers are flowing through you, and I hope also through me. Let me explain this and give it some biblical support. In the book of Ezekiel, chapter 47, verse 12, you will hear about a tree that had food for each month, but also had leaves, and the leaves were for medicine. So now, I want to tell you that that text speaks to me about our being leaves for medicine. There is also another text from the book of Revelation, Revelation 22, verse 2, same image almost, that speaks about a tree that has food every month, and it also says, and the leaves of the tree are for the healing of the nations. This concept, this idea, healing leaves, I think is supported again in the Bible, because in the Bible, wherever there are plant metaphors, quite frequently it means people. For an example, you will remember from Psalm 1, he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. His leaf also shall not perish, and whatsoever he does will prosper. Also, in Isaiah, they shall be called oaks of righteousness. And in New Testament scriptures, we hear the words, I am the vine, and you are the branches. Now, do I make my case that when there is this discussion, either in Ezekiel or in Revelation, it's telling us that we are expected to be leaves of healing? I want to suggest that this image is just powerful. First of all, it reveals that God is so invested in our being healers and our being well that health care should be as available as leaves on a tree. Also, this image makes it very clear that if anybody in the community has a need, they don't have to go to the pharmacy. If there's a brother or a sister or a mother or a father or a grandmother or a grocer or a mail person who is offering news from around the nation, such persons also are carriers of healing power. Let's say a little bit something about what this means. To be a healing leaf is, first of all, to be conscientious about our own health. That is to say, if I am a healing leaf, it means that I am going to take care of my health holistically understood. Body, mind, spirit, emotions, relationships, vocation, community involvement, and even environmental responsibility. But to be a leaf is not only to care for my health, it is to be open to the Spirit to lead me or you in finding some situation in which our immune system, which helps to heal us, also has an extra measure of healing so that we can offer that healing to somebody else beyond ourselves. Now, to speak of your being a healing leaf, I really suggest to you that there are so many ways that this could happen. Of course, we are still grateful for doctors and the pharmacists and the healthcare providers. But we can become leaves of healing in the following ways: a greeting card, a smile, a word of cheer, maybe a poem, possibly a song that we sing, or maybe an act of care, a bowl of soup, even a hand placed upon a friend, and sometimes even shedding a tear along with a friend actually releases the healing powers in that person. And you and I, in such action, become God's expression of care for the health and wholeness of our brothers and sisters. Now, I think I should acknowledge to you that over the years, I have found this to be true. I mean, one time I was preaching in Jerusalem, and actually while I was preaching, a man's ear was healed when I said the words Ephphatha. And he and his wife came to the stage and said, "You know, we were waiting for Catherine Kuhlman to do some healing, but while you were preaching, my husband's ear was healed." There have been other people who've spoken to me about while preaching, or maybe some have said, in your pastoral visit, when you had departed, I felt like maybe some grace had been left with me. I heard some lady say last week, "Reverend, when you preach, it's almost like I have molecular rearrangement. I come in sad, I go out happy. I come in despair, I go out with hope." Now, I don't want to brag about myself being a leaf. You are a leaf as well. Oh, you may not have been as aware of it, but beginning today, I want to urge you to begin to think about the fact that when you get up in the morning, you're not just a person getting ready to go to work. All day long, healing possibilities are taking place wherever you happen to be. So now I would say you are wondering, what really would make me a true leaf of healing? Well, let me suggest several things. First of all, I think maybe you should begin to think of your body as the temple of the Holy Spirit. Treat your body like it is part of God's medicine for the healing of the world. Also, if you could join me, because this is what I do. I am so excited about my immune system. I'm the only person I know that really gets excited about thinking how God has built into me the capacity to heal myself. And in addition to that, has given me energy so that I can help heal somebody else. It is an exciting notion. Also, be open. When you get up, keep your ears open, your heart and your mind. Maybe there's somebody who needs that touch from you, or a smile, or a greeting. Maybe somebody who needs you to walk with them, to hear your concerns, to deal with your burdens as best they can. I tell you, we're talking these days a lot about health care, but when all of us begin to be aware that we are healing leaves, I almost believe that $1 trillion worth of healing power would be released into our world. I've seen it happen before, and I am determined myself to see if I can be a leaf. like a leaf with two sides, to receive carbon dioxide and then to work through the process of photosynthesis so that it becomes a source of healing in our world. Well, my fellow healers, be a leaf today, and God will nourish you, and our world will experience a new age of health and wholeness. God bless you, my fellow leaves.